No one else has talked about this, right? Yeah, I think I'm the first one on this. Okay, I know I'm beating a possibly soon-to-be dead horse here, but I can't help but talk about my thoughts regarding the future of Kumba. For those of you who don't know, there's been a lot of discussion regarding the potential removal of this ride from Busch Gardens Tampa. The first thing I saw about it was Coaster Studios' video, which, by the way, you should watch. Essentially, they explained why they could see this removal happening sooner rather than later, for a reasoning I'll get into in a sec. Shortly after, this rumor came out about its eventual removal in 2022, mirroring a lot of the reasons said in the video. All things considered, it made a lot of sense. But just a few hours later, Busch Gardens denied the rumor, saying that the coaster would remain open until at least 2023. Cool, guess that's that. So why am I still talking about it? Well, for me and many others, it makes a lot of sense for Busch Gardens to remove this ride. As much as I love Kumba, it seems very reasonable to remove it for, again, reasons I'll get into soon, I promise. Even with Busch Gardens denying the rumors, we've had plenty of times where parks have denied a rumor only to do it a few months later. In the end, we could still see it happen, even with Busch Gardens' reassurance. Before I get into my take though, let's get into the reasons why it makes sense. There are three main things. Firstly, it's nearly 30 years old, and roller coasters have a lifespan. The best comparison to make with this is Incredible Hulk at Islands of Adventure. Due to wear and tear, the ride had to be completely rebuilt in 2016, after opening only 17 years prior. Kumba nearly doubles that, soon to be 30 years old. Secondly, from what I've seen, it's not a very popular ride. Whenever I've checked, the wait time was never above 20 minutes, and the ride was even a walk-on during the busy summer day I went last year. If Busch Gardens is losing money keeping this ride open, why not just replace it with something new that's bound to be more popular? That brings me into the third point, being the plot of land where Kumba sits. This area could be a big new thrill ride, with enough space for Busch Gardens to put something that could bring in a whole new crowd of people. Even though I'd hate to see it go, there are reasons it makes sense. Even so, I'm tending to trust Busch Gardens on this. With further thought, I think Kumba might actually have a few years left in it, although I do expect it to be removed eventually. I do understand the worry of them lying, as other parks have done it too, but in the end I think it would look pretty bad if they tried something like that. Besides that, let's look at the Hulk comparison again. This ride may have been 17 years old, but I suspect it got a lot more use out of it than Kumba has today. While Kumba tends to run with 1 or 2 trains, Hulk has consistently run with 4 every time I've been at Islands of Adventure. It's a more popular ride too, so the trains are likely heavier running on the track in comparison to Kumba. Finally, Universal Orlando consistently has some of the best dispatches in the world, sending out trains much faster than I've ever seen at Busch Gardens Tampa. Sidetrack, but I've been to both of these parks pretty consistently, and it always blows me away how fast Universal dispatches are and how painfully slow they are at Busch Gardens. Hopefully that changes soon. Anyhow, with that being said, I'm not sure that Kumba needs the same retrack treatment that Hulk got, even today. And even if it did, a complete retrack would be far less expensive than a new ride, considering it would take much less planning and design. This could even open the doors to a retheme, like Six Flags Over Georgia's newly renamed Riddler Mindbender. But the final reason I think Busch Gardens will keep Kumba for a few more years is crowd control. One of the most important aspects of theme park management is crowd control. If a park is too crowded, it becomes unenjoyable to guests, and therefore lowers overall guest satisfaction. So even if Kumba doesn't draw in a massive crowd, it's still taking people away from busier rides like Cheetah Hunt and Cobra's Curse, making those lines just a bit shorter. In a park like Busch Gardens Tampa with relatively few attractions, I think it makes sense to utilize their available land for a new ride instead of temporarily taking away one they already have. At least that's what I think. So if I had to predict Busch Gardens' plan, here's my guess. In 2023 or 2024, we'll finally see that new Screaming Swing Flat ride that's been rumored for years. After that, there will be some land preparation for a brand new coaster in early 2026. After those 2 rides are added, I think removing Kumba is entirely on the table. As great as it is, Busch Gardens will have more rides to divert crowds, and the downsides of keeping up Kumba will be more apparent with its benefits gone. Kumba is a great ride, but not one I see Busch Gardens supporting for much longer than an additional 5 years. If you're curious where I'd rank Kumba in my top 10 Florida roller coasters, be sure to subscribe to check that video out. In the meantime, like this video for more content like this and comment what you think the future holds for Kumba. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.